Captain Tsubasa, Captain Majid, or Capitano Holly. Known by many names around the world, Captain Tsubasa, Rise of New Champions, bring back the memories of childhood to the 80s and 90s generations. Hello everyone, this is Eagle, and today we will be taking some rest from fighting with guns and tanks to enter the world of football. And hopefully, by the end of this video, I would be able to provide a good review about this game. Game concept. Captain Tsubasa is developed by Tamsoft and published in 2020 by the famous company Bandai Namco Entertainment, which is also known for great games like ACE Combat. The game is based on the original anime and manga, which were produced in the early 80s and translated into several languages including English, Arabic, Italian, French, German, and Spanish. The game accurately featured all of the original anime characters in a very impressive representation. In fact, as a big fan of the original cartoon, I felt like I am watching the anime all over again. There are different ways of how you can play the game. You can either play single player, where you have 3 separate stories. The first features Tsubasa himself, the second features a character that you create yourself to rise him as a new hero, and the last is a story for missions and events for other players in the series. The more you advance in the stories, the more you unlock extra abilities for the players, including Tsubasa himself. And those abilities can be used even in multiplayer PvP like super shots, for example. There are tons of add-ons, abilities and customizations which you can do in the game, and it takes some time to know them all. There is also in-game stores which you can buy lots of perks and customizations. The game also follows a leveling up and ranking system, so the more you level up, the more you unlock things including multiplayer PvPs. Speaking of multiplayer, you have 2 game modes. The first is freestyle match, which literally does not follow any known rule in football. There are no offsides, fouls or penalties, and you can even fire some abilities to down your opponent player in the field. The other mode is the regular mode, where you can join a league and move your team up. Either modes, you can create your own custom team and literally customize it from the flag to the player numbers. There is also up to 4 players cooperation mode, where you can play with friends in the same team or against each other. So as we can see, there are lots of ways to play the game, which could be overwhelming in the beginning. In general, I would give the concept of this game 8 out of 10. Gameplay. If you think that Captain Tsubasa is a conventional football game like FIFA, for example, then think again. The game differs significantly than normal football games and offers a unique gameplay where you can do things that you wouldn't be able to do in normal football, such as violently tackling or taking down your opponent or having magical super shots. During the gameplay itself, you can dodge your opponent by doing special dribbling similar of what we used to see in the anime. You even get cutscenes during the gameplay itself between the players, and in order to score a goal, you need to keep shooting at the goalkeeper until you exhaust his spirit bar, and then you can only score a goal. However, it's worth to mention that super shots from special players like Tsubasa can actually take down the goalkeeper spirit so fast and resulting in a score. Speaking of cutscenes, we used to complain about other games not backing their stories with proper cinematic content. Now in Captain Tsubasa the case is different. People complain about enormous amount of cutscenes and dialogues which can bore you to death before getting into the real action. But luckily you have the option to skip these cutscenes. Overall, I would give the game 8 out of 10 in this category. Learning curve. The game can really be overwhelming for new players. It has lots of details which require a great deal of time to get used to it. It is also quite challenging to learn the tricks and to keep the ball to be able to score in the match. There are, however, tons of practices and in-game guide, and it's recommended to start with Tsubasa story as the difficulty smoothly levels up as you progress. The game can be played with keyboard or controllers, but I found it very hard to play with keyboard and I had to switch back to my Xbox controller. Overall, you will need some time until you finally get the concept and master the gameplay. So I would give the game 6.5 in this category. Game physics. The game graphics, effects, audio, and mechanics are absolutely amazing. The animation and the cutscenes that comes with the special moves like super shots or the super saves makes you feel like you are reliving the anime series and gets you more excited about the game. And the number of these graphic animations are a lot, as each move has its own animation and each character has also its own animation for the super shots. There are, however, some small bugs, such as getting a player to take the ball that was bounced away by the keeper, for example. But overall, I would give the game 9 out of 10 in this category. Price and support. The game has a price of a AAA game, so if you don't want to pay much, you could wait and grab it on a sale. However, the amount of features and value that the game offers is quite reasonable compared to its price. The game also have a big Discord channel and Steam community, and it is being supported with the updates and DLCs. Overall, if you are a big fan of the original anime, then Captain Tsubasa is a must for you. And I would rate this game with an overall score of 8 out of 10. Thanks everyone, and I hope I was able to cover most of the aspects of this game and see you in future reviews.